All right. I know I'm late. It's good to see you, Kohagen. Good to see you, Ogata. Good to see you, Psycho. It's time to begin with more One Piece. So let's go ahead and get this shindig started, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to more One Piece. Last we left out on, we saw Luffy and Bonnie fighting the Gorosei. Mainly, they were contending with Mars, whom Luffy, with the help of Bonnie, Frankie, and Sanji, sent Mars flying into the stratosphere, and he has not returned. But the rest of the Gorosei were trying to take out basically all the Straw Hats, and right when it seems that Workyuri was on his way to destroy the giant warrior ship, Emmet, the name of the giant iron giant robot that sank to the bottom of the sea, rose up and punches Workyuri directly in the face, breaking one of his tusks, and sent him flying, because apparently, Emmet, had a close relationship with Joy Boy and was waiting on that day to come because Joy Boy told him, "Remember, Emmet, when the time is right." And Emmet was all like, "Time is right." And that's the end of the chapter. The last we saw was Emmet standing in between the giant warrior ship and the Gorosei and sending one flying. So let's see what happens in chapter 1120, Atlas. Wait, I forgot that Atlas needed some stuff to do. But, chapter 1120, Atlas, Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest, Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 10, Denjiro, Daimyo of Kibi, sentences the children. Because apparently, Denjiro has caught a whole bunch of wayward kids, and he's taken them somewhere, and even Yamato is all like, "Hey, what's going on?" So it should be. I wonder how this whole Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage story is going to end. I wonder how it's going to end. But 26. What you mean 26 years ago on Punk Hazard? We are 26 years ago on Punk Hazard? This is a flashback. Oh, we're about to learn something! It's good to see everyone, but let me say this. I haven't seen chat yet, aside from just saying hi to everyone. So if I got any new people who are watching me right now, or if anyone new has shown up, I'm not going to see it until after I'm done reading this chapter. I'll go back through it, and I'll acknowledge every single one of you. So apologies if I don't do it right now. But y'all know what happens when we get flashbacks. We learn stuff. 26 years ago, Punk Hazard. Please, Vegapunk, you simply must study the Void Century with us. There is a darkness there too deep for the world to leave unaddressed. The more we study it, the more we require expertise in other fields. As you can see, I am a government scientist now. I cannot give you any data. Oh, snap. We have Vegapunk here. When he was younger, 26 years ago, when the giant dragon that Zoro kills during the Punk Hazard arc, we have a smaller version, the baby version of that dragon, and it's just right next to Vegapunk. How many times have you been arrested by now? They know exactly where to find you. Surely you know why they continue to allow you to live. It's because they're biding their time until they can round up and wipe out all of your friends. Pull back now! So what of the darkness? One cannot measure the good and evil of the past. I once saw a man with the name of D killed right before my eyes, without warning. A man I was born and raised with. My older brother. Huh? My true name is Cloudy Clover. I'm sorry? Professor Clover was a D?! What?! Professor Clover was a D?! This is the first 2 pages! What you mean Professor Clover was a D? A man I was born and raised with. My older brother. Huh? My true name is Cloudy Clover. And I only survived because I lied. He's a friend. How is it right that a person can die simply for declaring the name they were given at birth? There is a secret history whose traces are continually erased. And Vegapunk is silent until he says, I will not help you with this, and I'll forget what you just said. The most I can do is tell you to be careful. Vegapunk! I will solve this mystery someday. The voices of the past will be heard! 22 years ago. Did you hear about Ohara in the West Blue? They're going to place a Buster Call on it. Huh? Oh, I wish I could see the slaughter unfold. And we have a much younger Caesar Clown chilling here with Vegapunk. Mind you, this is still Punk Hazard, where it's lush and green, trees everywhere. This is before Egghead. It's Clover the archaeologist. They finally caught him by the toenail. Now, no one will dare study this void century again. It's the perfect example to scare them off. And Vegapunk is silent as he thinks back to when he was talking to Clover. Please, Vegapunk. They say a single child escaped alive. And this is when Vegapunk finds out about Robin. And this is also before he went to Ohara, and that's when he met up with Dragon and saw the giants pulling out all that information, all those books out of that lake that the Navy missed. Surely you had time to escape, Clover. Did all of you die just to preserve this vast store of text for the future? It's preposterous! What lunatic would dare risk certain death to continue your research? And then it cuts back to the present. And the transmission for Vegapunk continues! It continues! I know I'm shaking my camera, I'm sorry.
Someone once said that the voices of the past will be heard. History is told by the winners, and the voices of the losers at the bottom of the sea are so very faint. But the truth that was gleaned at the cost of so much sacrifice.
As, yo, Owner Zeph! We got Owner Zeph! We got Owner Zeph listening in. Then we got the people of San Juan, San Juan Bridge? I think it's called a San Juan Bridge. The bridge that Robin was, whisked away to and spent a considerable amount of time there. But Vegapunk is actually repeating some of the same things that Doflamingo said during the Marineford War.
History is told by the winners, and the voices of the losers at the bottom of the sea are so very faint. But the truth that was gleaned at the cost of so much sacrifice.
And Robin is listening in on this as well.
Has at last been told to the world just now.
And it cuts to the Straw Hats at the top of the lava phase with them going, "Hey, what are you doing?
Shoot us off!"
No, you're not going yet!
And this is Lilith saying this to Zoro, who's made it to the Sunday now. That horse Gramps is gonna attack us again.
And that's exactly why we can't leave. I understand that your ship can accelerate to fly a distance of 1 kilometer, but if he manages to reduce the run-up speed at all...
And it shows Nusjuro back on his feet again after his clash with Zoro.
But if he manages to reduce the run-up speed at all, your horizontal projection distance drops. It's a northward wind. That'll reduce your lift. And according to my calculations, the ship will crash in on hard ground without reaching the water. As long as you don't get rid of that old geezer.
And then Lil looks behind her as it shows... Lil goes, huh? As Atlas comes in Atlas comes in and just bodies Lilith for some reason.
Ah! Lilith!
Huh? Huh?
Atlas?
Why did you do that to Lilith? And Atlas is huffing and puffing after she just bodied Lilith onto the deck of the ship. She just bodied her. And then Atlas is huffing and puffing. And then she puts something underneath. Does she put something underneath Lilith's head? Or she does something and something clicks. And then Atlas goes,
Take care of Lilith.
huh?
Fly. I'll remove the obstacle.
What do you mean?
And then it cuts to oh, did she turn off Lilith's transponder? Because York goes,
Lilith's access just shorted out. Only Atlas is left.
and Lilith is there unconscious. And Nami goes,
Take Lilith inside, Zoro!
all right. Wait!
Atlas, explain!
As it shows Nasjuro running towards the Sunny, and Atlas is flying towards him. Then we get Jinbei. And Chopper.
Let's get going!
What? Well, wait, this is Jinbei saying this. Let's get going.
Are you sure, Jinbei?
We'll regret it if we're too slow to act. Hit it, Brooke! And this is Zoro going, and then Brooke goes, as you wish! Kude! And as Atlas flies towards Nasjuro, her arm gets sliced off. But she's undeterred. And she holds on to Nasjuro with all of her might, and putting every ounce of strength into her boosters, she launches both herself and Nasjuro away as the Sunny initiates the coup de burst.
I can only pray that this message has made it safely out to the world at large.
Whoa! What's happening, Vice Admiral Hound? That huge boar, the snake, the bird, the robot! I don't get it. I didn't hear about any of this. Giant robot! And this is Luffy, because remember, when he saw the giant robot appear out of nowhere, he just lost his mind. He's still in his Gear 5 state right now. And then even the giants are enamored by the giant robot. Is that an iron giant? And then we have a voice. Joy Boy, I'm so happy. I get to see you again. And he's referring to Luffy, and Luffy's looking at him confused. And Luffy's looking around like, huh? And he's looking around, and then Emmett goes, I'm talking to you.
It would be foolish to hear about a war 900 years in the past from one side only.
You go ahead. Your enemy is my enemy. Oh, I'm so happy. I get to fight for you again, Joy Boy. And Luffy is fully understanding that Emmett is talking to him. This is amazing! You can talk! Joy Boy is in danger. I must protect him. And then we have Warcury and Jupiter.
It seems we cannot end Vegapunk's speech unless we shatter this thing to pieces.
And this is, well, like I said, Warcury and Nasjuro in their creature forms. And then we have the giants. Get this ship moving! Is that thing on our side, Straw Hat? Well, it says it wants to protect someone named Joy Boy. Who's that? It's saying something? I don't hear it. What? You don't? Then we have Admiral Bluegrass, who's, still a child because of Bonnie.
Don't let them sail away! Fire!
Yes, ma'am! And they all start firing on the giant ship, and Vegapunk's message continues.
History requires a multifaceted approach to understand entirely. If only I had more time on my side. Alas, there are forces outside of my ability to stop.
And it shows Jupiter coming up against Emmett. And Emmett is, preparing to fight. He's preparing to fight. And Frankie and Sanjay are all like, it's winding up. It's going to shoot something. And Emmett puts his hand forward, but nothing happens as Jupiter bears down on him. And Emmett is confused. Huh? What? Look out, robot! And this is Luffy and Sanji, respectively. And Jupiter bites a chunk out of Emmett's entire side. Like, the entire left side of him is just gone in an instant. No! Robo! That's a 900-year-old weapon! Of course it doesn't work! That's a 900-year-old weapon! Of course it doesn't work anymore! And then it cuts to Saturn, who goes, crush it between your jaws, Peter! Stop that transmission! As Saturn runs on the back of Jupiter and launches off. And he jumps on top of the giant warrior ship and goes, you're not going anywhere! And everyone's screaming because he's there. Kuma! Bonnie! And then Sanji looks up and goes, huh? It's the Sunny! And is that? Hang on tight! Going down!
Wait a second! Are we even gonna make it?
And it cuts to Atlas, who's still holding on to Jupiter, and he slashes her away, like straight through the midsection, goes, you would sacrifice yourself?
Nope. Extra service. On the house.
And she says this as she's got a smile on her face, and she explodes. Atlas explodes as the Sunny proceeds to move even further because of the extra blast of Atlas. And everyone is screaming on the Sunny.
25 years ago, the pirate Gold D. Roger completed an unprecedented tour of the entire world. And what he and his crew heard is wait, let me see if I'm reading, let me see if I'm, saying this right. 25 years ago, the pirate Gold D. Roger.
That's it!
We're gonna make it! What was that? He can't end like this, Atlas! The pirate Gold D. Roger completed an unprecedented tour of the entire world. And what he and his crew heard?
And then York is screaming happily,
Atlas is gone! Now the only Dr. Vegapunk in the world is little old me!
and it shows the actual regeneration of Nasjuro. Half of his head, mind you, he's still in his half-human form, like his centaur Bakotsu form, and you see his head slowly regenerating. Literally half of his face was blown off. Not only is his head regenerating, but so is his glasses. But his whole head is regenerating.
Now the only Dr. Vegapunk left in the world is little old me!
No, not yet. Not while the Stella continues to babble on. Yes, of course. We'll stop it at once.
Uh-oh, I'm all rusty. Joy Boy, you said when the time is right. I think this counts. I'm gonna use it, okay?
Okay, let me see this. Okay, I can catch up to the rest of the transmission.
25 years ago, the pirate Gold D. Roger completed an unprecedented tour of the entire world, and what he and his crew heard were likely the purest voices of the past. In conclusion, as I'm sure you've all surmised by now, my view of our future is thus.
What? Oh, what does he mean, Gold D? And because this is the first time, and to be continued, because this is also the first time that a lot of pirates are finding out that Gold Roger's name isn't Gold Roger, but Gold D. So now the letter D is going to be circulating amongst so many people now. That's the end of the chapter, and we're not going on break. Question is, are we going to hear the end of this transmission? Because all of the Gorosei are bearing down on Emmett, who says,
Uh-oh, I'm all rusty. Joy Boy, you said when the time is right. I think this counts. I'm gonna use it, okay?
and I have no idea what Emmett means by I'm going to use it. I don't know if he's going to detonate himself like Atlas, or if something else is about to happen. But whatever it is, the Gorosei have a steadfast mindset of destroying Emmett in order to stop the transmission, but too much has been said already. That's the end of the chapter. Let me see what you all have said. Whoa. Yo, Ozzy! Ozzy, hold on. Let me see if I got it turned on. Let me see if my button's working. I want to make sure that everyone can hear you. Yes, Ozzy. Ozzy, thank you for being a member for 25 months. That still blows my mind. That people want to be, you're probably thinking about San Juan Wolf. That's why you got the name wrong. Tequila Wolf, thank you. I'm thinking San Juan Wolf, Tequila Wolf. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But yes, thank you, Ozzy, for being a member for 25 months. Greetings, fellow peoples. Clover is a D. But seriously though, so much was revealed. A D was researching the Void Century. And the fact that Clover's brother was also a D, and not only that, but we got to see Punk Hazard before it got permanently changed in its climate due to Kuzan and Akainu's fight with each other. Before things went pear-shaped when Caesar decided to detonate like a massive bomb on the entire island. We got to see Punk Hazard when it was still lush and green. We got to see the little dragon before Zoro would later kill it when they all got older, which means that thing grew exponentially. The fact that thing grew to that size when the Straw Hat crew got to Punk Hazard for the first time, that's a long time for that thing to be growing up. That thing was massive. Let me see. I wonder if Robin knows this about Professor Clover. I don't think she knows that Professor Clover was a D. Because I think the first D she's ever met was Jaguar D. Saul. But I don't think she ever knew that Professor Clover was a D. Probably thinking about San Juan Wolf. That's why you got the name wrong. Yeah, I did. Atlas pulled a Zoro. York is definitely not the brightest of the satellites. She has no idea that Lilith is still alive. No, she doesn't. Oh, Lilith's signal got turned off. So that means there's only one more satellite to take care of. They must have killed Lilith already. So that means that even if York is like left behind, she's not going to be the only Vegapunk. However, it's Lilith the evil who's left behind. Mind you, she still has all the smarts. But, you know, I think someone's running an engine outside. But yeah, York is not the brightest tool in the shed. I mean, her specialty is eating, sleeping, and using the bathroom, so I don't expect her to, think of every contingency. That was, Edison or Pythagoras' forte. But yeah, not that bright. And the best part, no break. No break! So the question is, are we gonna hear the end of this transmission, or are the Gorosei going to try and take down Emmett before Emmett is about to do whatever it is he's about to do? Let me see. In the best part, no break. I hope Emmett's whatever weapon he uses works the second the Gorosei the second the Gorosei get close to him. Yeah, I hope it does as well. Let me see. Halster, good to see you. What's up, Halster? To be fair to York, she knows Nostromo set out to kill Atlas and Lilith and knows he's close to there, so it's safe to assume he killed her. Yeah, probably thinking that no one would stand up against the Gorosei as powerful as they are, and automatically thinks that with him being down there and a signal going out at that exact time, yeah, that means that he took her out. But no, Atlas decided to not only... Well, let me see this. Let's see. Alicia finally saw Ace die. Needless to say, she was bawling her eyes out. Oh no, I saw that reaction as well. Because Well, I've been watching Alicia Does Death and Alicia Does Life. I've been watching her videos of her going through One Piece along with her. Mind you, I know it's about to happen because, frankly, if you're here with me reacting to One Piece, you're way beyond where Alicia is. But I knew that with all the feels that she's been having reacting to all these episodes of One Piece, I knew Ace's death was going to hit her hard. Because didn't she also say, like, no one major ever dies in One Piece? That aged like milk. I'm not making fun of her, but it's like, yeah. But also, we lost Atlas. Even though she was like the wrath member of the Groot, like the anger member of the Groot group, she basically took herself out in order to give the Sunny the extra oomph necessary for them to launch further out to sea. See, the thing was, Lilith was saying, like, hey, you can't do this because you're not going to have enough distance to land in the water. So Atlas knocked out Lilith so that she could take on Nosjuro by herself, and in taking herself out, give the Sunny, which was already using the Kuda Burst, that extra distance necessary for them to get to safety, at the cost of her own well-being. And she died with a smile. She died with a smile on her face. Are we sure that Atlas isn't a D as well? Because that's a trait. That's a D trait. Even if she wasn't, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, obviously she wasn't a D because Vegapunk's not a D. But that's the trait of a D, dying with a smile on your face with no regrets whatsoever. But unsurprisingly, it was not enough to take out Nosjuro because you see this man's head actually reforming and regenerating. What are they? Nothing can kill them. He is point blank in the point of the explosion. And next we see him, his head is reforming. What are they? I said this before when we first witnessed one of the members of the Godosei regenerating, Saturn, that the ability to regenerate your body at high speeds and almost instantaneously is an ability that is far beyond broken, considering the amount of things that can be done. Considering the amount of things that can be done to a person using Devil Fruit powers in the world of One Piece. Being able to regenerate is broken. Because you have powers that can, decimate your insides. Or like is the case with the Law's Gamma Knife. Or has the ability to, jumble up your entire body. Using the Horohoro no Mi. What is it? Horn Fruit. Yeah, the Horn Fruit. That can just basically rewrite your body from the inside, different genders and stuff like that. But the regenerating is broken to the point where these dudes cannot literally be stopped by anything. Not even an explosion from Atlas, who is, an incredibly large individual, bigger than York even. And he's just regenerating completely. And it's so unique how he regenerates because even his glasses are reforming as well, like an extension of himself. I always found that concept very unique for powers and Devil Fruit users. And still to this day, I don't know, we still can't say that it's officially a Devil Fruit that the Godosei are using because they were listed as just the creatures that they are. So who knows what other supernatural abilities they have on top of regenerating, because not a single one of them not a single one that has been grievously injured in any way. Matter of fact, we've seen them regenerate. We've seen them all regenerate. We've seen Warcury regenerate. His tusks are back, because if we go back to Warcury, his other tusk has completely reformed. Yes, I'm looking at Warcury. His tusk has completely reformed after having it snapped off by Emmet. So what can kill them? But going back to what, let me see. Go back to Ogata. I can't wait to see York's reaction when she finds out she's not going to be a celestial dragon. See, here's the thing. Indeed, she'll end up being a slave. Also, Jupiter finally got a W. He's been feeling the most underwhelming so far, so I'm glad he was the one to take the arm off. Yeah, this is the most that Jupiter has done other than trying to suck up all the members of the CP0, well, the CP Cypher Pole agents. I know I instinctively want to say CP0 instinctively because that's the one that I, like the most. But Cypher Pole agents and the Seraphim, and also trying to eat Luffy, but had his head cut off by, Dorian Bragi. But, it's interesting to see. It's nice to see that he's doing this dude is doing far more than Jack, I can say that much. This dude is doing far more than Jack. That's crazy, ain't it? But I said this before. When York explained that she's going to become when she was revealed to be a traitor, and explained the reasons why she did it and why she expects to become a celestial dragon at the end of the day. I said this about, I want to say sometime last year when we were going, because York was revealed to be the traitor last year, not this year, correct? Because I said the fact that the celestial dragons are not the kind of individuals that would just allow people to become celestial dragons who are not already born celestial dragons. So York thinking that she's just going to easily become one and it's not going to be met with some sort of opposition, because, and I think I said this before, the Gorosei have absolutely no obligation to honor the deal. They don't. Yes, last year in March. D-Train, hi! Good to see you as well, man! But yes, last year, I said the Gorosei have absolutely no reason this year in anime. Yes, it was literally just the other, episode before last when it was revealed. But I literally just said this last year, that the Gorosei don't have any reason to make York a celestial dragon. I said they'll say anything if it means getting their hands on the Mother Flame and getting the expertise of a Vegapunk. See, you don't need to be free for people to make you work. The world doesn't need so many Vegapunks, they just need one. But the Gorosei just need one to do what they need. York literally has no leverage other than she knows how to make the Mother Flame. But the Gorosei never promised her that she would be fine under their care when she's with them. Nor did they promise that they're going to make her a celestial dragon. Because like I said, the Gorosei will say whatever they want in order to get what they want. So York thinking that this is going to go smoothly for her, that she'll be able to enjoy the life of a celestial dragon and not even the life of a slave, which is farthest out of her mind. She's got a rude awakening coming, because like I said, the Gorosei view anyone who doesn't already reside in Marijois as a celestial dragon as an insect. York is no different. She only has a slight advantage over many other people simply because she can make the Mother Flame that will help the Gorosei, basically continue to conquer the world even more. So, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting situation when York doesn't get that position she's been promised and realize, I just helped bring down the smartest man in the world, and in the end, and all I got was this lousy slave collar. So yeah, hope it was all worth it, but we'll see it come to fruition later on. My thing is, everyone is making their way out to sea. They are trying to blow up the giant ship, which really isn't doing too much damage to it. The Navy ships are trying to take them out. Emmett is going to use something. I don't know what it is. Atlas gave her life in order to make sure that the Sunny got back out to sea again. And Vegapunk is about to conclude his transmission. Even though we missed a big chunk concerning those who have D in their name, now the world is finding out that Gold Roger's name actually has a D in it. So that's going to raise even more questions, like I said earlier in this reaction. So all in all, this was a very good chapter. I love it when we get flashbacks. But the fact that Professor Clover was a D this whole time, it's like, wow, this is right up there with finding out that Vivi and her family line are all Ds. That's something. Lily's a D. Clover's a D. The D name is getting more and more prominent as this entire arc goes on. And I'm just like, Oda is really pulling out the stops for this series. But I've drone on for long enough. We got Jujutsu after this, finally. We got Jujutsu as we get chapter 263. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure that this chapter is 263, because I already got it made. Yeah, it is 263, and then it's going on break. Okay, cool. This was a very good chapter. Everyone under the sound of my voice, whether you're a veteran here who's been watching all of my stuff, or if you're new here for the very first time, hope you enjoyed the voices, my dramatic reading, and everything that I did before. But I really want to say thank you for helping this channel get to 5,000 subscribers and beyond. Thank you for making my last One Piece video very, very successful, like over 1,000 and something views. I'm extremely happy that that did very well and people enjoyed it. But I just want to say thank you for making this job of mine worthwhile. It's people like you that encourage me to continuously do this, and I love doing this, so I just want to say thank you. But with that being said, all I can say is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later peoples, on to Jujutsu Kaisen.